Hey, I just had the most interesting idea at work today. I've always been a huge fan of podcasts, you know that, right? Speaking of which, did I ever tell you about that one podcast I stumbled upon last week? Anyway, I thought why not try something different at work, so I proposed a podcast-inspired design challenge. Run time on your mind, not time run you, you know? The whole team's involved. Each one listens to a select narrative podcast, and then they create designs around the story. It's like when we read books and imagine the characters and scenes in our minds. The podcast narrative leads our train of thought and the design follows. It's in line with my view that constraints can actually fuel creativity. And hey, it also simulates the kind of pressure we face while meeting design deadlines. In other news, I had the oddest chat with our university gang today. You remember Midori and Kiyoshi, don't you? Well, Midori was talking about this art fair in Tokyo. Apparently, this artist, Kazuki Takamatsu, was a total show stealer with his 3D work. To imagine such creativity. Regardless of the little envy creeping in the corner of my mind, I couldn't help but appreciate it. Isn't it amazing how art can create different dimensions just like that? I'm thinking of checking out his online gallery later, like an art tour from the couch. And guess who won the Football World Cup 2023? Germany. Yeah, I missed it too, but Kiyoshi filled me in. And prepare to be jealous, he's attempting vegan sushi tonight. Kiyoshi makes the best sushi, doesn't he? So I guess it's another virtual sushi party for me. By the way, I highly recommend watching the latest Marvel movie. Midori asked me about it today, and I just said without a second thought, she should definitely watch it this weekend. No spoilers, though. We can have our little film critiquing session once you've watched it, too. It just gives me something to look forward to in our daily routines. You know? All right, then. So we had this themed scrapbooking night at the flat today, focusing on Seoul's aesthetics. It was a really fun activity, you know? Just something offbeat from all the routine life stuff. Everyone got involved. We had Hana, Sungjae, Junki. Guess who else popped in? Ella, our classmate. I figured it would be an interesting exercise, like an artful interpretation of Seoul's architectural beauty. Something different, you know? And it turned out pretty well, I must say. We had an interesting chat in the group about some new Korean basil kimbap at Seoul Bites I tried last week. It's new on their menu and got Kiyoshi all curious from the mere mention of it. And you know him. Last time he tried cooking sushi, he nearly set his house on fire. So this time he's thinking of making sushi again, for a small sushi party this weekend. He promised not to burn the house down, so let's see how that goes. I expect quite a bit of entertainment, eh? Oh yes, speaking of entertainment, we're planning a movie night soon to watch this new series, Snowfall. Midori recommended it, and she's usually not wrong about these things. Given the lockdown scenarios, it's going to be a virtual movie night, popcorn and all. You're welcome to join if you're free. The more the merrier, right? Oh, I almost forgot, Midori also mentioned something about a new mural she just started working on. Knowing her and her eye for art, I can already feel it's going to be fantastic. What else? Right, we were just jamming to some tunes during the scrapbooking session earlier. I threw in Nikki's Low-Key, you remember that one? Got Kiyoshi all excited. He was rolling his sushi in sync. That's Kiyoshi for you, always in tune. So yeah, it's been quite a day, busy but refreshing. It feels good to indulge in the creative side of things. Creativity can be such a breather in this fast-paced world, you know? From scrapbooks to murals, sushi making to movie nights, it's all about the little things that make our lives interesting. It's the little spark that keeps the fire going. So, remember when we used to have those Master Chef nights? Those were some fun times, weren't they? The kitchen was always a mess, but we really did put out some amazing dishes then. Well, today I decided to host one of them myself. I thought to myself, why not combine my objective of mastering Italian cooking with some good old memories and communal camaraderie, you know? Midori, Minsu, and a new friend named Anna joined in. Everyone tried their hand at making their own dishes, and I must say it was quite the spectacle. Anna even brought over some of her family's traditional German pasta. In our old group chat, you remember the one we had in university, right? we decided to talk about our latest movie experiences. I told everyone I was planning to watch Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Midori and Kiyoshi already saw it and were really keen on avoiding spoilers, as we all should be. My day was filled with so much reminiscing, it was pleasant. And let me tell you more about the food that was prepared today. Midori attempted sushi, even though it didn't turn out like Makimori's. She sent us pictures of it. It looked credible, honestly. Mid was worried since the last time she attempted sushi was a mini disaster. Kiyoshi decided to go a bit exotic and brought over mushroom soup. And during all this, we listened to Sigrid's mirror. Really set the mood, you know. When's the last time we attempted to make something like this together? Those days were so busy, but looking back now, they were filled with so much love and joy. Sometimes I wonder if we acted our age back then. What with all the late nights sneaking into the kitchen and cooking up a storm. In any case, I don't think age has anything to do with it. It's more about the spirit of things, the joy of doing it together. Life should be about creating memories, not just ticking off milestones. People too often forget that, and I think it's mostly because we're so drilled into this TikTok system, we forget to actually live. Anyway, the Master Chef night was a fun break from my usual routine of running and podcasting. Speaking of, I need to get back to it. Got another marathon coming up and need to keep up my practice. Talk to you soon and